right, so I'm here with the director of 8,000 Youths, Mr. Marvin. How are you doing today?
Hello, Ashley. I'm doing fine. I'm very happy to be here in this interview to talk about my short film.
Yes, I had the pleasure of watching it again. I think it's adorable in a way where you're just exploring youth and how this young man goes through heartbreak and tries to find a solution for it by, in a sense, covering it up through partying habits. But I think the audience will definitely love reliving those moments. So what
Yeah.
inspired you to create the story?
Well, this story, I really wanted to be a director. I guess I had a big passion for film, so I really wanted to do something with that. And my ideas often come when I'm just maybe daydreaming, thinking about stuff. And this idea started forming in my head, and I guess that eventually I noticed that it was turning into a serious story. So the first person I told was my friend Aaron, who's the protagonist, also helped me produce the film. And I told him, "Hey, would you be down to acting in a short film?" And he was, "Yeah, for sure, let's do it," because he also shares my passion for film. And when he gave me the green light, I just started writing, and then we just got into pre-production and recording.
Um, so you just kind of came to mind. Did you guys ever have to live through the heartbreak as well?
Um, Yes, I guess everybody has lived through heartbreaks, right? For me, the heartbreak, let's say it's a little dramatic in the film, not exactly how it happened in real life. The things that happened to me in real life, let's say, was that maybe I was a person that was very focused and very well behaved, like the character of Isaac is at the beginning of the film, and then eventually he gets into some wild environments and he is not sure how he feels about it in a moral sense. So I guess that part is a little bit more real than the heartbreak of the story. Yes. Okay.
Awesome. So what was the biggest challenge in developing the plot?
The biggest challenge, well, I guess throughout filming, we realized that the script was too long, and it would have been like, or the original script would have been like 40 minutes maybe.
Oh, wow.
So yes, as we were shooting, I realized that I had to delete a lot of scenes. And as a consequence of deleting a lot of scenes, I had to rewrite other scenes and make other dialogues shorter. So that was a little stressful, definitely, because I had to maintain the spirit of the original story and make it shorter. We also had a lot of challenges during filming. There were times where we couldn't shoot, or we lost a location, or we lost an actor. So yes, there were a lot of complications, but it was all worth it in the end.
As an editor myself, I find it it's more helpful for you in the end when you're cutting out most of the scenes, because the quicker you get to either the topic of the scene or the subject of the scene, the audience has an easier time following the story. So in my experience, I think it's helpful for us. And how long
Yes.
did it take you to shoot your whole short film?
Well, it was longer than we expected. We started on August of 2024, and the last day of shooting, I'm pretty sure it was in February of 2025. The thing is, in that period of time, there were a lot of um, chunks of time where we didn't film because maybe our schedules couldn't, they weren't aligning, or we didn't have a place to shoot in, or we were students also, so we had other obligations. So yeah, that was the entire period of time to in which we shot the film.
So it was like a lot of scheduling issues, and then people
Yes,
kind of dropping out.
yes, there were many problems. Some people dropped out of the film. Um, some people that were also in the. Do you remember the scene in the end when they're at the party? Um, we filmed like half of that scene in a location, and then sadly, the person who owned the place told us that we couldn't shoot there anymore. So we had to find another location, which was a little hard, and then we had to reshoot and shoot the rest of the scene. But I guess it was all right because the new place that we found was it ended up being pretty cool, and we got some pretty good shots in there. So it all worked out fine, but it was a huge delay for sure.
Yeah. I did totally understand the stress of trying to find a new location, a new actor.
Yes.
In one of my films, I was supposed to shoot the next day, and my location dropped on me, and I was freaking out. I had no idea what to do, but yeah, trying to find a new place is definitely
that happens to us as directors. But I think that also these challenges help us, have a stronger mindset and also improve our creativity, because I did find that when I got to a new place, some of my storyboards didn't work anymore, so I had to do new ones, and I had to, just use my imagination, my creativity, and apply it to another environment, which was a good challenge.
Yes. Yeah, definitely have to learn how to be quick on your feet with those immediate changes. And it's a good learning curves for the real world. I mean, not that we're not doing it realistically, but sometimes that's just how it works.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, I face challenges of dropping sets, dropping actors. So how did you choose the film's visual style?
Okay, that's a great question. That was probably the most important aspect for me in the film, the cinematography. I wanted the cinematography to be the best that it could be. We framed it in different styles. Let's say all of the scenes that are inside Isaac's room, the protagonist, we tried to shoot them in a dreamy way. We kind of wanted it to feel like it was his own space, not necessarily realistic. That's why there are many neon shots inside of his room. And then for the places that were not in his room, on the outside, either an outside interior place or an outside exterior place, we kind of went with how the place was originally and tried to make it as the most cinematic possible, either with our lighting equipment or the exterior places where we shot. We made it more cinematic with color grading, because we can control much of how the sky works, and we don't have like huge reflectors and that stuff. So the color grading in some scenes was very important.
I definitely loved the looks of the short film. And I loved each shot. Each shot seemed like it was very well thought out, very well planned.
Yes,
and I thought it was as well as very well executed. And I think it was more engaging for me as an audience member to watch it, to really be in focus with the short film itself. And now you said that you had to cut out a few scenes. Was there anyone in particular that you loved the most that had to be cut out?
Yes, there's one. There was this scene where the character had a nightmare about what happened with his girlfriend cheating. We shot part of that scene. We didn't finish shooting it, but that was one of the scenes where I realized that scene alone would have been like 3 minutes, and it was quite long for a short film. So yes, in the middle I just decided that it was better to cut it. And so yes, that's a scene I was proud of, but I think it was the best thing for the film to cut it.
I think I would have loved to have seen that in the film.
Yes, maybe one day we can show it as an extra.
Oh yeah. Would you ever consider trying to make it into a feature one day?
That will be interesting. Yes. It's not the intention that I had with this film. Many people make short films or direct short films with the intention of selling it and turning it into a feature. Right. That was not my intention, but one thing that's been interesting throughout the whole process of releasing the film is that maybe the most common comment that we have gotten from audiences is that if there's going to be a second part, apparently people really wanted to see what happens next with this character. And well, I wouldn't do a sequel, but in a feature film that could be interesting to go deeper into the story. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And what kind of audience are you hoping connects with your film?
Well, I want everyone to connect with this film. I really want cinephiles and people who love cinema to appreciate the film. That's always special when somebody who likes cinema and has this particular passion can watch the film and appreciate the film. But it is also great when people who do not necessarily share this passion and are just looking to have a good time or are just watching a film where they can enjoy it. So many people, um, like friends from my parents, for example, that are around the age of my parents, they're not cinephiles, but they told me that the film was great and that they enjoyed it. And so many audiences that maybe you don't expect are enjoying the film. So that is something, it's something great when somebody you don't expect ends up having a good time with the film.
It's awesome. Yeah, I think this could definitely resonate with leaning more towards the younger crowd, and especially younger filmmakers who are up and comers. I think this would be a great example for cinematographers to look at the shots, writers who want to understand beats in the story. I think it's the perfect start for anyone who wants to look at something and learn from it. And like I said before, my favorite part was seeing young love and how it could be troublesome, because being young means also you're not really mature enough to understand the aspects and the consequences that comes with being in love and being heartbroken. But yeah, I think it was a very, very great short film. Are there any tips you have for future filmmakers or other upcoming artists?
Well, I will tell people to be brave and go out and make their short films or their films. We live in a very good time to make films. We shot this film on iPhones, which is a great tool that's available to people nowadays because these smartphones have just become very good for filmmaking. Of course, it's maybe not as good as a professional camera, but it's a great tool. And with editing, color grading, and the right lighting, can be very good. We also have really good softwares, programs that are free for editing. So in this time, we have a lot of tools at our disposal to make films. So I guess this is a really good time to make films. And another tip is to be authentic. Really, when you're making a film, go with your style. Which is something that I try to be faithful to my style, even if sometimes I broke the rules or sometimes I made stuff that I thought, well, maybe people are gonna think this is not realistic or it's not according to a normal film, but it ended up working out well. So authenticity is key.
That is some great advice. And I hope whoever's watching this takes it to heart, because that is some free advice right there.
Yes.
And any upcoming projects we can look forward to seeing?
Yes, I have many ideas. Right now, I just finished making a very experimental short film that is going to be, it's more of experimental exercise that I did on my own, which is going to come out soon. I hope it comes out here on ClickPix Media too. That'll be great. And after that, I plan to do another short film in which the actress of 1,000 Youths, her name is Genesis, will be the protagonist. That's a script that has been on my mind for a while, and I hope that that's my next kind of like big short to do.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it one day. And where can we find you?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram. I think that Insta is our best tool for communicating the things that we need to communicate as filmmakers. My Insta is Marvin JCV 211. That's my personal account. You can follow me there. And there's also the account of the film in which we promoted the film, which is Mil Juventudes. You can find it is also, it's going to be on the description and yes, on the descriptions of the video of ClickPix Media, so in which you can find it. So yes, those two pages, you can find me there.
Well, Marvin, that is the end of our interview. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my questions. I had a blast watching your film. And again, I hope whoever's watching it takes notes, heeds his advice. He's a great director, and I definitely look forward to your next project.
Thank you, Ashley, for your kind words. Thank you for the space. And well, yes, I hope people enjoy the film when they watch it. I hope it reaches new audiences, which will be great. And yes, I'm very thankful for the opportunity and for your kind words.